Imagine a house guest who refuses to leave even after 110 years. Today we're visiting 1758 Manchester, where one woman's paralyzing fear of being buried alive turned her into a household curiosity, tucked inside a clock. But before we unearth her, Squito here has a request. He needs a new velvet-lined sleeping hammock because he's tired of hanging from the ceiling fan, and he's currently bartering with a local goblin who only accepts payment in polished beetle shells and rare moldy postage stamps. Please help the little guy out and give us a follow. It's cheaper than dealing with a goblin debt collector. And we begin. Tony, stop winding that clock. You know I have a delicate constitution and a very specific ick regarding furniture that doubles as a mausoleum. Meet Hannah Beswick, a woman who stayed for tea for 110 years. This isn't just a ghost story, Tony. It's a forensic look at the extreme Taphephobia. After seeing a brother nearly buried alive, Hannah wasn't taking any chances. She paid her physician, Dr. Charles White, founder of the Manchester Royal Infirmary, to ensure she was well and truly dead before any soil touched her coffin. The medical logs are putrid. White used an arterial injection of turpentine and vermilion to preserve her, then kept her in a common grandfather clock at his house for daily observation. Think about the anatomical absurdity, Tony. After the doctor died, Hannah's leathery remains were passed around like a grotesque family heirloom. She was eventually displayed at the Manchester Natural History Society Museum. Visitors would pay to see the Manchester mummy, described in local archives as having a face shriveled and black, with her skin appearing like strong, thick leather. She wasn't buried until 1868, when the Secretary of State finally ordered her remains to be interred. By then, she had spent more time as a clock accessory than a living human. The verdict? If you're that afraid of being buried, maybe don't leave your body to a man with a collection of antique clocks. Hannah got her wish of staying unburied, but she ended up being the ultimate conversation piece for a century of house guests. Tony made a song about this because history is easier to remember with a beat.
A lady who could never find her rest, 17 feet in, and the winter air is cold, with a story of a terror that was never told. Hannah Beswick is staring at the sky with a fear of the earth and a fear to die. A glass front case and a pendulum swing to see what the morning light will bring. The Manchester mummy in the parlor shade, where the debt to the doctor is finally paid. Inside the grandfather clock she stands, with the weight of the ages in her frozen hands. Charles White has a needle and a thread to keep the lady from the silent bed, coated in the tar and the resin and the oil to keep the spirit from the heavy soil. A century of guests in the family home, watching the shadow on the floral wall. 1868 and the clock is still as the lady moved to the museum hill. No more the parlor and no more the chime of a body suspended in the gears of time, into the dirt of the Phillips Park ground, where the silence of the Manchester is finally found.
Tony, put down that taxidermy squirrel. I've told you. The lab is for forensic science, not for building your bizarre forest-themed diorama. Tell us in the comments what other historical anomaly I should force Tony to research next, even if I don't want to, but he's here anyways. Anything to keep him from turning my office into a petting zoo. Come on, Tony, just close the vault.